Okay, it's me, Waylon here, and I'm outside Brookfield Place. Let's check this out. In here, you can see this atrium-like, cathedral-like atrium. And then outside, you've got some urban camping. Now we're coming up to Front Street. And on our right, slowly emerging, will be Toronto's Union Station. When we first arrived here, we always thought it was pretty weird that there were concrete bollards all on the outside of Union Station. Toronto had a little bit of trouble with some terror attacks and people driving vans on the footpath. And the person who did that was just found guilty of that today. But it's a beautiful day. When Catherine went for a walk yesterday, here's Mrs. Penny looking good as always. It was what? Minus?
I don't know, I think it got up to like -5, felt like -12 or something.
Yeah, and today it's a solid 6. And there it is. Union Station in all its glory. And just beyond that, the CN Tower. Now, just past the past the Butcon sign is the waterfront, and that's where we are eventually heading.
Stand over there.
It's photo time. Do you want me to be facing? How do you even pose for photos? I've kind of got like one leg popped and one leg not.
I think so. Gotta get those limited edition mask photos, you know?
Right. And so you got the sun coming over to here, and then it bounces off this building, which has gold, sort of gold mirroring, and it makes the whole train station look very pretty. Got some Toronto police folk driving by, which is nice. And coming up on our right, we have the Fairmont Royal York, which is a hotel we stayed at. A little bit of art out the front of it, which is kind of neat. Okay, let's zoom in, enhance. That's neat. Okay, let's unzoom in. Is that the whole call?
Yes, Mum told me I had to go because I was having fun with you.
What?
I said, am I though?
Yeah, that's such a weak reason. Anyways, here's the Fairmont Royal York. Catherine stayed there. Do you rate it?
Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright.
They use, what's it called, Lalabo?
They use what?
Lalabo.
There you go, they use quite a good fragrance. I do rate hotels based on their toiletries. Probably the worst / the best is Home to Suites, Hilton Home to Suites. They just use Neutrogena, but it's glued to the wall, making you feel kind of povo. Lalabo's quite nice. What's the nicest one you ever used?
Probably Hermes.
I mean, Hermes is nice too. Alright, I'm gonna swing out a little bit so we get to see the front of the Fairmont Royal York. How good is that? And you've got the diesel refillery truck just going by. And we're nearly at the end of the train station. You can see it's a wee bit of a journey. And to be honest, I'm starting to get a little bit hot. Shall we go this way?
Down here.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Is that alright?
Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to go down University Avenue. What?
It's York Street.
It's York Street. Thank you. I didn't realise University had changed to York. And I thought we were...
Incorrect information.
I'm what?
Always giving incorrect information.
How long have you hated your husband?
I don't.
What?
I wonder what's going on over there.
Ah, it's like a little table outside the train station. Now, Union Station, as you can see, is kind of massive, and it is a little bit confusing on the inside. Like, below us is where the subway station is, and then there's maybe like a 10-minute walk to the actual train station concourse, where there's like a McDonald's and stuff, and then there's a little bit more of a walk to the actual platforms. And then if you want to catch the train to the airport, it's like a different part of the station, which is over there. And as you can see, it's all terribly confusing. But there it is, Union Station. That guy had a GoPro strapped to his chest. Now in there is the food court. This has all been recently refurbished in the last couple of years. And apparently they've been working on this train station for like the last 10 years. And here's the way to the food court and some of the platforms. Now, Union Station is home to lots of different companies. The Go, which is the local, like the sort of Ontario trains. Via Rail, GTA. Via Rail, which is the national train service. TTC, which is the Toronto Transit Commission, and is the subway and the bus company, like Toronto Bus Company. And Up, or Union Pearson Express, which is the train to the airport. None of them look the same, none of them have the same branding. Yeah, you can use the same payment card, but it's not like an integrated ticket. All right. Now, you know you're getting close to the waterfront because there's the freeway. Do you want to stop? Toronto is still, as we are recording this, in a lockdown. Stay-at-home order. You can only go outside for groceries, exercise, pharmaceutical supplies, beer. Beer is essential. Weed is pick up curbside only. Now we're just crossing Bremner Boulevard, or Raptors Way, according to the sign. There it is. Scotiabank Arena. It is the home of the Raptors, though not the home at the moment, which happens to be Tampa, Florida.
Well, that was for the baseball team.
No, it's also for the Raptors.
What about for the Maple
I don't know. You mean the ice hockey team?
Yeah. The hockey team.
Yeah, I guess it is just hockey here. I don't know. And down there we have the Rogers Centre, which is another stadium. I think it's the baseball team. And that is, we stayed at a hotel and it was attached to that. And some of the rooms had views inside the stadium, like a corporate box. There's also the Ripley's Aquarium and the CN Tower is right there. But probably most exciting is the Train Museum, featuring trains of years gone by.
Do you want to go there?
Nah, I want to walk to the water. That's what I'm about. More concrete boulevard, concrete, whatever these things are. And when Toronto wasn't in a lockdown so much, the big concept was patio dining or dining outside. So if you put like one massive continuous tent from end to end, maybe that's not really that safe. Now I always thought it was weird that they put essentially a freeway right in the middle of town, right by the waterfront, which basically cuts off the waterfront from the rest of this. Like, I know you can walk underneath it and that's fine, but it's a bit of an eyesore and it looks terrible. They should have put it in a tunnel or something. And here it is, the Gardiner Expressway. Now, you can probably see over there's like bits and pieces of concrete that have been falling off the Gardiner Expressway. Which I do not find cute. See, like all of this crap. You've got this beautiful waterfront there, you've got the lake, and you've got like a massive, like, freeway? Like a 2-level freeway. Splitting all of this from downtown. I don't really understand. But we are so close to the waterfront. Now we have 10 York here, and apparently their signature collection suites, presumably right at the very top, only $2 million. What a bargain.
That used to be where the off-ramp was.
Yeah, and they've just left the concrete. You don't like the microphone?
Fine. Remember when we first moved here and you wanted to get lunch from Fine Foods?
I can't. Okay.
You can't what?
Can't hear you on the microphone.
So? I'm not talking to the microphone, I'm talking to you.
Do I exist independently of this camera?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, got some folks who've caught the megabus to downtown Toronto. And yes, I do remember Fine Foods. It turns out it was not fine. Must be our turn. Okay, crossing York and Harbour Street, which has terrible views. And there it is, the lake. And there it is, some rubbish blowing.
It's just such a dirty city, eh?
It is. And I mean, especially in winter, you can't really clean any of it up. The snow just accumulates and they just sort of dump it into piles. And then I figured, oh, okay, in spring they must go ahead and clean it up.
No.
And then in summer it must look really good. That is not actually what happens. It's just grimy. It's got this fine dirt and it just stays around. Plain. Now, Mrs. Kenning walked here yesterday, so this is probably not very exciting to her. Huh?
You came past.
Okay. It's probably not very exciting to her, but I have not seen the water in a very long time. And you've got the streetcar going from Spadina Station all along Queens Quay to Union Station in the red and white colours of the TTC. And here we are, just past Pier 6, the waterfront. And honestly, I'm really warm. It has?
Yeah. This is all ice sheets yesterday.
Yeah, Catherine said this was all ice sheets yesterday. But today, ice no more. I mean, no surprises, it is maybe 6. They were thinking it might have been even 9 or heading up 10. This used to be a supermarket called Sobeys. and now is turning into a different, more fancier supermarket called Farm Boy. Over here you have all the cruises that cruise Lake Ontario, and they mostly do dinner style cruises. Presumably not in high demand at the moment. Catherine, we never did a dinner cruise on the lake.
Thank God.
Rude. Now over there you've got some art, which is, I guess, kind of neat.
Where?
The big circle thing.
Okay.
And far in the distance is Cherry Street. Some more boats, and you may have seen a dog pooping. There's a handful of remnants of snow, but it's all slowly melting away. It's turning into a very nice day here at the waterfront. Now just past Mrs. Kenning, you can see Billy Bishop Airport, home to Porter Airlines, which is a well-loved airline here in Toronto. Not necessarily by Catherine and I, but people like it because they used to have unlimited booze at the lounge. And they fly little planes like turboprop planes, and they stopped flying in March of last year, and now apparently they're not resuming until at least May. Alright, looks like we're going for a seat. Let's sit down and enjoy the harbour front. No, it's quite nice. Got a little plane in the sky. There you are, I can see you. Just because the airport is literally doing nothing, all of the pilots are doing these touch and go landings where they literally just kind of touch the runway and then they take off again.
Why?
Oh. Why do they do it?
Yeah.
To practice their landings, and also like go arounds in case there's emergencies. Let's see if this plane lands or whether it just takes off again. Landing. Landing. I've seen photos of when the lake level goes up. The sort of backside of the airport gets a little flooded. And all of this here is an island. So this is all Centre Island, and there's some other islands as well. I think there's like 4. Ah, the plane did take off. And now, if anything else interesting pops up, we'll bring you back for that. Otherwise, thanks for watching.